cut it in half. I don't have a meat thermometer with, so just have to eyeball it. Oh, that looks good to me. Boy, a sudden scenery change, going from the plains in North Dakota into the Badlands right at the western border in North Dakota. Like you come over a hill and no more plains and into the Badlands. Well, we made it to Montana. Next stop, Medicine Rocks. Howdy, stranger. Get a map here. I think this site will do very nicely. Tucked in here in the pines and some of the beautiful rocks as well. I'm gonna get the grill out, get some lunch going, and start getting camp set up. Then we'll go do some exploring. I'll show you the park. For lunch, we're just gonna throw it on a couple of brats. Should be pretty quick and easy. Oh, I think this will work out just nice right here. Nice, flat, open, soft. Get the tent set up here. Well, these brats look done. I think it's time to eat. I'm starving. I've been looking forward to having these brats here for a couple days now. I haven't had some nice fresh brats for a while. I don't really care for anything on my brats. I don't mind a little bit of onion or relish or something, but I can eat them this way too, just fine. What do you like on your brats? Let me know in the comments. Well, this park's got 3 trails. It's the Dalton Trail, which is about 3/4 of a mile, probably closer to a little over a mile by the time you get back to here. And then the North Rock Trail, about a 1/2 mile, and the Sunset Loop Trail, about another 1/2 mile. I didn't drive all the way to Montana to not do some exploring, so by the end of the day, we're gonna walk all these trails. Check them out, see what they have to offer, and probably do a little bit of off-trail exploring as well. So come along. I'll tell you something I learned here just recently. I read during the late 1800s, Theodore Roosevelt camped at Medicine Rocks. He commented, "The sun was just setting when we crossed the final ridge and come in sight of as a singular bit of country as I've ever seen. Over an irregular tract of gently rolling sandy hills were scattered several hundred detached and isolated buttes, or cliffs of sandstone, cut and channeled by the weather into the most extraordinary forms. Caves, columns, battlements, spires, and flying buttresses were mingled in the strangest confusion. The sand gave everything a clean, white look, although it was as fantastically beautiful a place as I've ever seen." You can see all the layers there. Years and years of erosion. Just breaking it back down. One lone tree sitting up on top. I think I'm gonna go that way. It's nice to see some of these formations that aren't full of graffiti from people that have been visiting here recently. This one's got a little bit on it, but not very much. It's Well, it's just starting to snow here a little bit. That was in the forecast. It's supposed to snow a little bit. I don't think very much. Not more than an inch. And the ground is still pretty warm, so I'm not really anticipating it to be too bad. But I want to go take a walk and walk that Dalton Trail here now before the weather gets any worse. It should be a pretty enjoyable hike. Should be about 1.5 miles to get back to here, back to camp. So. Don't touch the rocks. This beautiful scenery here. Well, the weather is definitely changing out here. It is getting cool. The wind's picking up. A little bit of snow every now and then. Kind of wish I would have worn my actual winter jacket on this hike, but that's okay. Not too far back from the car probably, and can warm up there. Probably start a fire here in a little bit. It sure is nice to take in some of this scenery and be the only one out here. It's beautiful. Well, this is an absolutely beautiful state park in Montana. I think I read it's the least used state park in Montana. There's 8 campsites here. Primitive campsites, but they've all got a nice table or 2 picnic tables at each one, a fire ring. There's 3 or 4 outhouses spread out. Just gorgeous out here though. No electricity, but pretty quiet too. So I'm really glad I came. There's a Canadian goose sitting up on top of the pillar there. Sure, that's where they must have their nest. Okay, for dinner tonight, I'm gonna do pork chop, and I got some cream corn we're gonna heat up on here as well. The best part about camping in March or October or November or the cold months is the fire. Get the pork chop going here. And I think we'll start this cream corn right now as well. We'll just have to keep stirring it. Been stirring the corn here and flipping the pork chop. Just going to cut it in half. I don't have a meat thermometer with, so just have to eyeball it. Oh, that looks good to me. Throw just a little bit more seasoning on there for just a minute or two, and then it will be time to pull it off. So I squirted some barbecue sauce in the container. This will be good. I said there was 3 trails here. The last one that we haven't walked yet is the Sunset Loop Trail. I was saving it for sunset, hoping that we'd see a beautiful sunset, but the sky's been overcast most of the afternoon now. Not sure we're going to see much of a sunset, but we'll still walk the trail and take a look. Well, the sun's finally gone down on Medicine Rocks. This place, it's out of this world. I've got to tell you, I spent the better part of the afternoon hiking through the formations, and every turn is like a different planet. This is a far cry from the lakes of Minnesota, but it's exactly why I wanted to do this 1,200-mile trip. I've got over 19,000 steps today. My legs are definitely feeling all those miles. The tent's prepped, and I'm settling in for another solo night under the big sky. Tomorrow, we're turning back toward the east to hit our final major stop, Cottonwood Campground in the heart of the Theodore Roosevelt National Park. We've gone through 3 states and hundreds of miles. If you've enjoyed walking through Montana with me today, please hit that subscribe button. I'm at 255 subscribers right now. My goal is 300 before I get back in the driveway. Thanks for riding shotgun today. We'll see you tomorrow. Hey, good morning. Perfect night of sleep last night. It was quiet, tent was at the right temperature, nobody else in the campground, no wind, no anything, just slept. Get up this morning, probably get some tea going, get things packed up, head towards Medora. Good way to start the morning. Some of you may have noticed I got a different teapot now. My old one, the blue one, the bottom rusted out of it, so it started dripping on the stove, and time to be done with it. These things are expensive. This is a little smaller one, which probably suits me a little better. I usually just make a thermos and a cup, or make some water to do dishes or something like that. So we've covered a lot of ground on this trip, about 1,200 miles total when we're done. Started out on the banks of the Missouri River, down into South Dakota, Picnic Springs, then across the Montana line to here in Medicine Rocks. We got one major destination left, and that's the Cottonwood Campground in Theodore Roosevelt National Park. So it's about a 2-hour drive from here. Let's jump in the car and get her done.